Hey, y'all. Hey, you beautiful people. Welcome back to another edition of the Black Gold Texas Tea Show, where we sip on culture, faith, and real life with purpose. I'm your host, Sweet Tea. Some call me Texas Tea. And today's episode is still close to my heart because, well, we're closing out my birthday month. And I'm a little sad, but this is just the beginning. So I'm good. And I appreciate you hanging out with me through all of the exciting things that have happened during the month of May. May has always been a powerful month for me. It's time when I feel God nudging me to slow down, to reflect, and to check in on the woman I'm becoming. So today, I'm inviting you into a moment of gratitude, growth, and grace. Let's talk about what this new chapter of life is showing me, and maybe you'll see a little bit of what it's showing you too. Now, I don't know about you, but this year I've learned that grace isn't something we just ask for. It's something we learn to walk in. I've made some mistakes. Yes, I have. And I've had some doubts. Yes, I have. I've even had to say goodbye to some people that I love. But guess what? God's grace caught me every single time. And remember, grace is something that we don't have to ask for. God just gives it freely. Grace reminded me that I don't have to be perfect to be purposeful. It reminded me that healing takes time. And it reminded me that even when I fall short, God never does. In Corinthians, Second Corinthians to be specific, Second Corinthians 12 and 9, it tells us that God's grace is sufficient. And that's all we need to know. Growth doesn't always come out loud. Sometimes it's in the silence, in the no's, in the private wins nobody claps for. I've learned that growth often shows up in a way that I respond to what doesn't happen as much as it does in what does happen, right? And in this season, I'm growing in boundaries, I'm growing in peace, I'm growing in patience with myself. And that's real growth. That's soul growth. And if I stop right here, I want to give God some praise because when I look back over this past year, when I look at the hard days, when I look at the breakthroughs, the small joys, God was in all of it. And his goodness, it just never misses. So when I think about it, I think about how he's kept me. Even when I was tired, when I wanted to give up, he kept me. He surprised me with peace in the middle of a bunch of chaos. He opened new doors when I thought it was just a long hallway that would never end. And he reminded me once again that I'm still here for a reason. And guess what? You are too. And I want to remind you to dig deep and pray hard to find out why you're still here. And then get ready to walk in that purpose. I want to ask you a couple of things. And you can drop it in the chat below if you like, or do whatever you like, right? But I want to ask you a couple of things. What is this season teaching you? Where have you seen God's goodness show up in your life? What are you grateful for right now, even if it's just a breath that's in your body or peace in your heart? What are you grateful for right this minute? Take some time and think about that. And over this coming week, maybe journal that. Or not, maybe just say it way out loud. You know, there's power in words. And then you continue to acknowledge these questions and the answers that you come up with, or whether it's on a weekly basis or even a daily basis, would be amazing. Because the idea of gratefulness will encourage you and ward off sadness. So as we're closing the month of May, let's start to think of what we're grateful for. And one other thing that came to me, and I can't even believe that these words are coming out of my mouth alone, Roy. But take a walk every now and then. They say that if you take a walk for just 30 minutes a day, that it creates endorphins that gives your body and your mind a sense of happiness. So think about if you're taking a walk in nature where God is in everything, and you're thinking about how grateful you are to Him, warding off any negativity. Do you see how that's going to be a good thing? I'll do it if you do it. I'm just saying. It's a good thing. Think about it. And let's see what we can get done. And, when I said you're walking around in nature, you can see God in everything. The flowers, it's spring. The birds are singing. Listen, I never paid any attention to any of this. But one thing that we do in North Carolina is we walk. I mean, these people walk. They made me start walking. I never walked. But I found out it's really pretty cool because you see things that you never see driving down the street. You see things that are even more for you to be grateful for. You hear things that you won't hear in your car. You hear things when you're not listening to your radio. And I don't know about you, if you've ever stopped, but the bird singing is a real reminder of the goodness of God. So I said all of that to say, because even if it's been raining and it's muddy, that's a beautiful thing because you do remember where Adam came from, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Something else to think about. So as I close out this beautiful month of May, and I start to walk into June, which I can't wait to tell you, got some great things coming in June too. I just want you to know that I'm walking forward, I'm moving forward with an open heart, full of expectancy, full of great joy, and a spirit that's ready to receive what God is going to do next. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And if you're still here, you're still breathing, you're still dreaming, then it's not too late for you either, right? Step into your next season with that same grace. Grow where you're planted, right where you are. And let's just do a toast. And I don't have my beautiful cup. That's coming. But here's to another year, another level, and another chapter. I may have some gray hair that you'll never see. Only my stylist knows for sure, right? But I've got more grace, and I'm so grateful for that. And for that, I wouldn't change anything. So never forget the goodness of God and how He's kept you and what all He's kept you through. And know that He didn't bring you this far to leave you now. Listen, thank you so much for being with me as part of my journey. And as always, remember that we are more alike than we are different. So let's lift each other up, love without limits, and live our life like it's golden. Because it is. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden, golden, golden. Because it is, right? Let that truth guide how you live. how you love, and how you shine. Let the rest of your life be the best of your life. Stay grateful, stay lifted, and stay living. Until next time, God bless.